So yesterday I did a video talking about my most wanted crossover with Ninja Turtles. And while I did do a video of this a little while ago, I did think, yeah, there's a few other crossovers with these characters I would love to see. So for this one, we're going to be doing Power Ranger crossovers that I want to see. Yeah, like I said, I did a video like this not too long ago, but but there's a lot of stuff we could still cross over with, and I think it would still work. So yeah. So let's get it. Now, like I said before in the Ninja Turtle videos, that I usually keep these realistic. I don't really try to do like I want crossover with Marvel characters as much as we would love to see a Avengers Power Rangers crossover or something of that nature. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Mostly because Disney's just gonna lord over it and not allow it. In fact, I'm still in shock that they allowed Wolverine versus Predator, which was a in-house crossover even. But I digress. So let's talk about this story. I mean, not story, the list of things I could see happening. Starting off with, while I think the Power Rangers Justice League crossover is really mediocre, it was the first crossover they did, and it was to promote both the Justice League movie and the Power Rangers movie that were coming out that year. And like those movies, it was pretty not good. It was pretty much not good. But I will admit, to have the idea of the Power Rangers meeting the Justice League was a big thing. The crossover itself is not terrible, but it's not like one I regularly go back to read. Having said that, though, I do think there is DC and Boom Studios should get together again and do some more DC Power Rangers crossovers. One I would really love to see is Power Rangers and Teen Titans. Yeah, Power Rangers and Titans would be an excellent crossover. I think that would be a downright perfect. I think it's even more perfect than the Justice League, because it's like teenagers with attitude hanging out with superpowered teenagers with attitude. As for what Titans lineup you could do, honestly, just get Tom Taylor's Titans lineup again. Yes, they are young adults, but it's a lineup Like, that's the thing. Like if they for real did a Titans Power Range, a Titans Power Rangers crossover, they would definitely not use whatever the hell lineup they got now. They would use a lineup that would everyone would know. They would use Nightwing, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Cyborg, and probably Donna Troy or Aqualad or some other intermittent character. But yeah, that would be really the story. And you could have that the ideas you could do with that are really awesome. You could have, obviously, Rita and Zed are the two big villains for this, but you could have, Master Vile team up with Trigon. You could have, or Zed team up with Trigon, or Rita actually, the one I'd really like to see, and this is how, these are the two I would use for the crossover, Rita Repulsa and Brother Blood. That's how those are the two villains I would use in this crossover, Rita and Brother Blood. I think that's just kind of perfect. I just think that's kind of awesome, and maybe even get some Titan Rangers, because that you're bound to have that. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. I do think that there's a lot of cool ideas that you can really play with Titans that you couldn't with Justice League, because they're both young superhero teams that learn and grow as they continue on this fight for justice. So yeah, if DC and Boom Studios get back together again, because I understand that from what I understand, and I don't know if this is true or not, but from what I have heard, the Power Rangers Justice League crossover wasn't exactly a banger in sales. So who knows if DC will be willing to do that again? But if they do, and I know Tom Taylor wrote the first crossover. But I would say use that lineup, but get someone, and not to discredit Tom Taylor. I think he's one of the best writers at DC Comics. But I personally think that we should get someone, because he clearly doesn't know how to write the Power Rangers. It was very obvious in the story. So no disrespect to Tom Taylor, just not the guy I would pick. Even though I'm saying use the Titans lineup, but yeah, maybe someone oh shit, I really don't know who at DC could write this. But yeah. So let's move on. So there you go, Titans Power Rangers. Let's move on to another crossover I'd really love to see. So next up is them teaming up with IDW again, but not with Ninja Turtles, but I would have a Power Rangers Star Trek crossover. And why Star Trek? And why do I keep bringing up Star Trek? Because it's very evident that IDW loves doing Star Trek crossovers on the basis. Like, we've had Star Trek with... Well, that was before they went to IDW, but yeah. There's, like, the X-Men have had 3 crossovers with Star Trek. Just, yeah, and they've crossed over with Transformers. You can do a Power Rangers one. And, yeah, I think it would be really cool. Like, obviously they do Mighty Morphin. Like, that's their bread and butter, is doing Mighty Morphin crossovers. But maybe in this one you could use, like, Dark Spectre or, like, the Machine Empire. Yeah, you could have... Perfect example. I'd have it be TNG, and while there are overused in these crossovers and mentioned a lot, I would have, honestly, a team-up between the Machine Empire and the Borg. That's just perfect. Like, the Machine Empire and the Borg teaming up, yeah, that's just all-around perfect. And if a second one, it'd be, like, Dark Spectre and maybe... Or even, like, use Astronema. Like, let's use some cosmic villains. Yes, I know that Rita and Zed are the goats, but, like... Let's have some let's have some of the cosmic villains get some love too. So I think that'd be really cool. I'd also think, obviously, if you do this, you got to have Federation Rangers. If we could have Turtle Rangers, we can have Federation Rangers, right? We could totally have some Federation Rangers in some capacity. I would totally be down for that. And Hasbro is very open to selling toys because they're the primary owners of Power Rangers, and they make killer sales off of those Ninja Turtle Power Ranger crossovers. So it makes sense to me that, like, if they really want to get some cool ones, hell, here you go. Here's another great idea that I didn't bring up yet. Fucking start the Enterprise as a Zord. Like we had. Fortress Tiberius, the Transformer one. So just make the Enterprise Megazord. I'm giving you these ideas, IDW and Boom Studios. Enterprise Megazord. It's perfect. Now, it'd probably be like another universe, or maybe like the far future, but yeah. And plus, the idea of having like Geordi, and I usually use TNG, because I think there's a lot of cool stuff you could do, like fun stuff you could do, like have Tommy spar with Worf. You could have Data and Geordi hang out with Billy. Kimberly hangs out with Kimberly and Trini hang out with Dr. Crusher and Counselor Troy. Jason and Riker become buds. That's just perfect, man. And you can have Jason get some learn some leadership. Jason and Tommy. Well, Tommy more. You could totally have Tommy get some leadership advice from Bricard. But you could also I would totally be fine if this was original series as well. That way you could have Captain Kirk as a Power Ranger, because they would totally do that. And Billy and Spock teaming up. How awesome is that? Yeah. So, would it be completely stupid? Yeah. Also, shut up, I want that. So there you go. A Power Rangers Star Trek crossover. That would be a total banger. Let's move on to another crossover I really would like to see. Kind of IDW, but kind of not. It's more Udon, and that's Power Rangers versus Street Fighter. But Multi, I hear you say, they've already done Power Rangers versus Street Fighter. Yeah, in video games. I want it in comic form. We've recently gotten the TMNT Street Fighter crossover, so I'm shocked we haven't. And yes, we've gotten even an official Street Fighter Power Rangers crossover that promoted the game. But I'm really surprised Udon and Boom Studios haven't gone together and go, let's make a full-on crossover and have Street Fighter versus Power Rangers. I'm shocked that hasn't happened yet. They've done that, and they've been in guest characters in Battle for the Grid, or was it the mobile game? I can't remember. So it shocks me that that happened. And I mean, yeah, I'm happy that that Ninja Turtles got Street Fighter, got to cross over with Street Fighter. But you've done a lot with We've had a lot of adjacent Street Fighter Power Rangers crossovers. So why not get that in a comic? The idea of Rita and Bison teaming up, or Zed and Bison, is astronomically awesome. But yeah, that's just one. I'm like, yes, they've technically done it already, but like I would like to see more of it. As for going back to DC, I think it would be really cool to see Power Rangers and Ruby. I already know my friend Jason would probably die of a heart attack, of a joy-induced heart attack, if we got a Power Rangers Ruby crossover. And yes, we would get the Ruby Rangers, because of course we would. Like, there's no two ways about it. They would have to make Team Ruby Power Rangers. And Rita teaming up with Salem? Come on! It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And finally, yes, the last two were at IDW, but now they're at Image. And I would love to see this happen, because I'm shocked this didn't happen sooner. Transformers, Power Rangers. Like I said with the other one, I'm shocked TMNT Transformers never got to happen. But maybe with this new over at Skybound, maybe we give it some time to establish itself, and then we can do like its own universe. So yeah, I would love to see Transformers and Power Rangers. Again, why didn't we get this sooner? You fucked around and found out, IDW. That's what happened. But anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what are some Power Rangers crossovers that you would love to see? Just comment below, let me know. Like I said, let's keep it a little realistic and leave Marvel out of this, and the manga as well, because I doubt we'll ever get a manga one. So let's just kind of keep it in like the... Oh, another crossover I'd love to see. And just because of how ridiculous it would be, I would absolutely love a straight-up ridiculous-ass Power Rangers Archie crossover for the sole reason of having the Archie characters become Power Rangers, and how ridiculously stupid it would be. I mean, you had Archie meets the Punisher, Archie meets Sharknado, Archie versus Predator, come on! Anyway, so there you go, guys. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.